I waited for a moment when no one was looking and slipped a cell phone into my grandfather's casket. As they lowered him into the ground, the phone was buried right along with him. I missed him so much that I couldn't let go. I started sending texts to his phone every now and then, just to feel like he was still around. One day I sent him a message just like I always did.
I miss you, Mr. Harrigan. I appreciate all the money that you gave me, but I'd give it back to have you still around.
I went to bed, but when I woke up the next morning, I was stunned to see that he had actually replied. I ran downstairs to show my dad, insisting that Grandpa might not be dead after all. I told him I wanted to dig him up, but my father just looked at me like I'd lost my mind. He reminded me that the coroner had already performed an autopsy. There was no way he could have come back to life. I asked him how he explained the text, and he just shrugged it off as some sick hacker's prank. But I wasn't buying it. The reply used a secret code that only the two of us knew. After turning it over in my head, I decided I had to go to the cemetery to find the truth. I stood over his grave and dialed his number. Then, I leaned down close to the dirt to listen. Suddenly, I heard the faint sound of a ringtone coming from beneath the ground. It scared the living daylights out of me. That was all the proof I needed. Grandpa really was the one texting me, but I had watched them bury him with my own eyes, so how could this even be possible? I couldn't find any logical explanation, so eventually, I just tried to put it all behind me. Then, on the night of the school dance, I finally worked up the courage to ask the prettiest girl in class to dance. Little did I know, this would set the school bully off. He dragged me out, beat me to a pulp, and left me twisted into a bizarre, humiliating pose. Back home, with no one to talk to, I did what I always do. I sent a message to my grandfather's old phone. I poured everything that happened today into that text. I whispered into the phone, wishing that the bully would just disappear from this world. But then, the next day happened. The bully was dead, killed in a freak accident. At first, I just brushed it off as a coincidence, but when a classmate described the state he was found in, I was absolutely stunned. It was the exact same twisted pose he'd forced me into while he was bullying me. Could it be that my grandfather isn't actually dead, and after hearing my plea yesterday, he stepped in to take his revenge for me?